Welcome to this session where you'll be learning various principles which we have to keep in mind before constructing a curriculum. But before this, let us see what is the concept of curriculum. So curriculum is one of the most important component of education process. It is an all-embracing term which includes all those planned and unplanned learning activities that occur in an educational setting. It is a comprehensive term and includes many aspects like content, experience, activity, attitude, etc. And curriculum is derived from Latin word currere, curricula, which means race course or athlete ground or work field of students. So in layman's language, we can say that all the learning experience which a child gets in a classroom can be termed as a curriculum. Now, let us see what are the principles of curriculum constructions. As you can see it here, there are various principles which we have to keep in mind when we are constructing curriculum. So first is clarity. So it means that it should be clearly understood. Whatever your curriculum is, it should be clearly understood by the learner and the teacher. It should include both academic and non-academic activities which students will experience in the entire formal school setup. Next is objective centered. So all the activities while developing curriculum should be directed towards attainment of objectives of curriculum. The objectives are predetermined and stated in specific behavioral terms. I hope you all know this. Next is variety. So curriculum should provide for variety to meet the individual differences. It means here we are supposed to cater to every individual. So we have to keep in mind the individual differences. So because there are students at the same level with different needs, different interests, different background, different IQ, etc. So by providing variety, we can touch different aspects of students and make them interested in curriculum. Next we have is flexibility. So the curriculum should not be rigid, where teacher student have to just follow what is to be taught and how, but there should be scope to make few changes here and there to meet the needs of the situations. Plus availability of resources also you have to keep in mind. Basically when it is flexible, it also allows meeting the individual difference also. Next point is dynamic. So curriculum is not to be static but dynamic in nature so that we meet the demands of the existing society. Next we have comprehensive. So we have to see that it is comprehensive. In fact, it should be comprehensive and broad-based also. It should not be narrowly conceived but aim at all-round development of the child. It should have provision for work, leisure activities, social activities, aesthetic, etc. We have few more principles of curriculum construction which we have to keep in mind, that is integrated. So what do you mean by integrated here? So they are saying that when we are developing curriculum, we must present knowledge as an integrated whole and correlate it with other branches of knowledge. So what it does, it helps to broaden the horizon, connect better and functionally with life rather than narrow bits of information. Then we have vocational efficiency. So education for life and education for living, we all know that. So at higher stages, when we are developing curriculum, we need to see that it is catering to technical and vocational courses also. It means when you complete that program, after that you will be able to get some vocation also. So it should help the students find their areas of interest and aptitude. It should make provision for smooth flow of children from education to vocational field. And if curriculum is developed keeping in mind various vocational requirements, we can definitely prepare individuals better to take a vocation of their choice and face challenges therein more effectively. Then we have social efficiency. So curriculum should aim at overall development of child. As we know that man is a social animal and we have to live in this society only, and to live a satisfactory basically social life, we are a part of it also. So curriculum basically should help in developing or a development of feeling of coexistence, brotherhood, tolerance, secularism, sympathy, love, respect, etc. So after this we have is learning by doing. This is really important principle which we have to keep in mind. So here just we need to see that maximum and best learning, we know it happens by doing. So when we are developing curriculum, we should make provision, in fact make maximum provision for learning by doing and experiencing it. So there should be more scope for activity based teaching. There should be proper instruction as to how teachers can take up such activities with available resources, right? So this is what learning by doing. After this we have next point is systematic. So it should definitely be systematic. It means that curriculum which you are planning to develop should be in a systematic order and in a logical manner. It should provide for reasoning, creativity, and challenge higher order mental faculties also. It should be well organized content-wise. That is, it can go from simple to complex, or similar topics together, or easy to difficult, concrete to abstract. So it means, in short, we can say that it should be systematic and it should be logical in manner. Then the last point, last principle which we have to keep in mind, that it should be child-centered, because we are developing curriculum for child only. So curriculum should be developed as per the level, interest, and age of the child. At the same time, it should focus on development of child where he is playing maximum role. So these are some of the principles which we have to keep in mind when we are constructing curriculum. So hope you've liked this session. Thank you and happy learning.